Hey everybody, this is Loose Cannon Gaming here with another Let's Play gameplay, and to commemorate the 144th British Open at the Old Course at St Andrews in Scotland, we're going to play the newly released PGA Tour game from EA Sports. This year, one of the world's top golfers, Rory McIlroy, is on the cover, supplanting Tiger Woods, who had been on the cover of the game for so many years. McIlroy's meteoric rise to golf stardom has made him part of golf's elite players. The Northern Irish star is currently ranked number 1 and is a 4-time major champion, winning the 2011 US Open, 2012 PGA Championship, 2014 Open Championship, and the 2014 PGA Championship. Now, this PGA Tour game has definitely progressed over the years, with enhanced graphics, better club dynamics, and more detailed physics. With that being said, I hope you enjoy this video, and please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos and gameplays.
9 holes with the wind at your back as well.
Stepping up to the first tee at such an iconic venue, Frank, what is going through your mind here?
Well, you'd think with such a wide fairway it would be the easiest fairway to hit, but Swilcan, there's an out of bounds down the right, and then the Swilcan burn runs all the way across from the right-hand side in front of the first green. So really, you want to make sure you have a full shot into this first green.
Excellent opening tee shot. That ball right in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He is just so explosive. Now to the second hole here at the Open Championship, and Frank, what's the best way to attack?
Ideally, if you're not the longest hitter, just down the right side, but if you've got some wind conditions, wind behind your back, you can nearly drive this green. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
How about this? Birdies at 1 and 2. We could be in for something pretty special today. Frank, talk about the strategy off the tee here at the third.
You can drive the ball pretty close to this green, Rich. It's shorter than the second hole. Just hit it down the right side, but try and avoid those little pot bunkers. It's gone for a little extra.
That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow.
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Frank, see if he can get the hat trick here.
Oh, things are looking so good. Stroke's good, swing's good. Let's see if it goes in.
Well done. Another birdie, and now 3 under par. At the 4th hole now, and Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is 2 ways to play the 4th off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St. Andrews. That's a ginormous tee shot.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. This is a good-looking shot. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Will make birdie if he holds this putt. Drops another birdie and moves to 4 under for the tournament. Chance here at the par 5 5th, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The 5th hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
That's a good drive right there. Got all of it.
Did you hear the sound?
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards. Surely not.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
Really? This is an awkward length.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Frank, you've been there. What's it like to get on this kind of a roll? He's looking at a 5th straight birdie here.
Oh, that hole, it's not 4 1/4 inches. It's starting to look the size of a bucket.
Now to the 374-yard par 4 sixth, another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here because that'll affect the strategy off the tee, but bunkers left and right to be avoided.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Getting set for another approach, our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That's a nice approach shot. It's about 15 feet away. A good chance for a birdie.
I've heard of being on the zone, but this is he's just making it look so easy.
Just sensational golf. I mean, he is knocking down every flagstick right now. What a performance. Back-to-back birdies and 6 under par. Now, 7th hole here at the old course, Frank.
Ideal line, just hit your tee shot over the marked stone. The bunker on the 11th green actually often comes into play, called the shell bunker. So anything a little bit right of that, but very difficult green for the approach shot coming up.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. Continuing to play well. -7 now after that putt. Now to the par 3-8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot. Oh, this is right at it.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
Well, this guy's on a different planet. He's going for 7 straight birdies. Can't birdie them all, Rich.
This putt for par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Always so important to finish your first 9 holes on a positive note here at the Open Championship.
Yeah, the 9th hole, this is the most extreme part, furthest away from the clubhouse, in the middle of the loop here. A good drive, though, that avoids those bunkers has every chance of finding this par 4 with your tee shot.
Not quite where he was aiming. That one far to the left, but still on the green. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. And getting ready for the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Starting the second 9 here at the Open Championship, Frank, with a par 4 10th.
Well, this is another chance really to drive a par 4, especially if you're a game, but you've got to hit that tee shot a little left of those 2 bunkers that are just short and right of this green. But course down the left, you've still got to be careful. Don't just flail away. But this hole, what a great name. It's called Bobby Jones.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Always 2 components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read, and missed out on that second part. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's birdie, and that's just another example of how everything seems to be clicking today, especially on the greens.
Yeah, good green reading too. You've got to take your hat off to that. The line has been perfect and the pace has matched it.
Headed to the right, just a tad. Ball rolls up, not his best effort, but it certainly won't be a round wrecker.
30 feet. On the PGA Tour, the statistics of making one from 30 feet nearly the same as 3 putting.
He was fooled a little bit on that one, Frank. Sizable putt from 16 feet. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Well, too bad. He gives one back. Now at the 12th, and Frank, when you put the peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze. Because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. Touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There is gorse left and right, though.
This is a good-looking shot. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good.
It's no snack, though.
Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Settles in over the putt. 8 under par for the round. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The 2 bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Frank, what are we looking at here at the big par 5 14th?
Out of bounds on the right, and those little series of pop bunkers called the birdies. Now, if you get in trouble here, you can bail out with your second shot down the left, which is the 4th fairway. That's one other option of playing this par 5. But a good tee shot, and you can certainly go at this for 2.
What a drive. Just tattooed that.
Second shot.
Well, bring the hammer, why don't you? Setting up an eagle opportunity. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, he's done it. That's an eagle right there. Tremendous effort. Frank, the 15th here at the Old Course, just a classic example of links golf, where you might be aiming for something that isn't even on the golf course.
Exactly. There's a nice line there. In between the two humps that you can see in front of you off the tee, if you keep looking down, you'll see the church steeple. That's the perfect line for the tee shot. Got to be careful with the second shot coming up. You see the 16th tee and out of bounds to the right of this green, and that little pop bunker that protects the front. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle-nosed down.
Can't even see it from here. He'll need to be strong with this. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just a couple of feet. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Frank, the 16th hole, famous for the principal's nose, and I can't help but think of Mrs. Hartman from 4th grade.
Well,
She didn't like us.
I don't know how Mrs. Hartman would have played this hole, but she would have been wary of the out of bounds on the right. And that's why the general consensus is you not only avoid the principal's nose, but you hit the tee shot a little bit further left. It might lengthen the hole, but it is certainly the more prudent strategy.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole is that all those problems, he's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Grab the fire extinguisher, put out that ball is on fire. It's melting going through the air.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Standing over his birdie putt. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Frank, is there a more famous landmark in the sport than the tiny Swilken Bridge?
I think when you think of this game, the way in which we've followed it and covered it, Rich, over the last decade plus, no. It is just symbolic, not just with this golf course, but the game of golf itself, because every great champion has managed to make his foray across to Scotland and play the old course and walk across that bridge. Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that hole location. Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline. Well, Rich, if he can make this one, add it to that string of birdies.
And generating some momentum now. Oh, I thought he had that. Frank had the touch of a plumber right there.
Yeah, you'd like a redo, wouldn't you? Wake up, wake up!
And getting ready for the putt. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Frank, I have to say, I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
And consequently, a very solid round. Continuing with that kind of play can certainly put you in the winner's seat.